Hello and welcome to PlayStation Grenade. Recently I've jumped back into infamous Second Son and noticed the sheer volume of Easter eggs, secrets and cultural references that are scattered around the open world. If you've picked up Second Son on PS Plus, then here's 40 things I think you should witness with your own eyes. On your way to picking up the Platinum Trophy, of course. As we are all gamers here, let's start off with the video game references in infamous Second Son. Early on in the game, when Delsin wakes in the Longhouse, take a minute or two to look around the converted hospital. Just before you meet Betty, you'll find a doll which looks very similar to another PlayStation exclusive title, Knack. There's also numerous nods to the Sly Cooper series, with many books around the Longhouse called the Thieves' Raccoon Collection. If you don't know the Sly Cooper franchise, it was created by Suker Punch on the PS2, PS3 and the Vita as well. Basically, Sly is a raccoon from a long line of master thieves, so this collection of books are a fitting acknowledgement to the dev's past. Also in the Longhouse are many children's pictures, one of which looks very much like a raccoon who's up to no good. The Sly Cooper references come in thick and fast throughout the game. Listen closely to Delsin's mobile phone theme.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me.
Could you place the reference? It's the theme tune from Sly Cooper, Thieves in Time. Over in Seattle Central in the Play Zone are many Sly Cooper-esque images. 3 raccoons holding items synonymous with the series, Sly's cane, hat and swag bag. Close by are graffiti versions of Sly, Bentley and Murray the hippo. If you pay attention to the LED signs in the Rainier district, you'll also notice that Sly Cooper has been arrested for burglary. Little thieving shit. And look, Sly's logo is on the billboards. It's on graffiti, it's on neon signs, it's everywhere in the game. Second Son also pays homage to the previous games in the infamous series. Throughout the game, Cole's electronics is probably the most noticeable, as Cole McGrath was the hero or villain depending on how you played the first infamous titles. And of course, his skill set included electricity. More infamous references come in the shape of posters for upcoming movies and musicals. Empire City was the place Infamous started, and Gigante was the final boss. By clearing the district showdown missions in each area of Seattle, a new jacket is unlocked. By completing the downtown area, you'll unlock Zeke's Lucky 7 jacket, a nod to Cole's best mate in Infamous 1 and 2, and his favourite t-shirt design. Back in the Longhouse, one of the children's drawings depicts Cole defeating the Reaper Gang too. There are so many more references to both Sly Cooper and the infamous franchise, but we'll come back to those. The fictitious video game used in Second Son is Heaven's Hellfire, and the swords used in this game resemble the Master Sword in the Legend of Zelda series. The blue grip, the winged handles are almost identical, but of course they aren't for copyright reasons. The sword is in various places, including Eugene's apartment, Leia. Also in here is a video game disc named Call of DUP, which looks suspiciously like a reference to the Call of Duty franchise. Eugene's treasure trove continues, with many arcade cabinets to check out. The artwork on the side of this machine resembles the Ikari Warriors and their growing love of bandanas, moustaches and instruments of death. There's also one video game I can't figure out, so help would be appreciated. Under this cloth are 3 arcade machines. From right to left, it's Second Son, Sly Cooper, but I can't make out the third. I looked at Suker Punch's back catalogue and the only other franchise they've worked on is Rocket Robot on Wheels. That's probably a long shot, so maybe it's a new game they're currently working on. Fingers crossed, time will tell. A non-specified reference comes in the shape of the graffiti tags Delsin creates during the game. I know political graffiti is nothing new, but the style of pop culture and political satire resemble the work of Banksy, a British political artist merging dark humour and social commentary. There are also a few TV and film references in Second Son. The one I enjoyed was the burger shop, Burger Royale with cheese, in many locations. This one is in the Belltown district. This is a nod to the Pulp Fiction film and the ramblings of 2 hitmen.
You know what they call a quarter pounder with cheese in Paris?
What do they call it?
They call it Royale with cheese.
Royale with cheese.
That's right.
A TV reference and a pun all in one next. You may have noticed the crane during your missions with Eugene. Well, the organisation running these gigantic cranes are known as Frasier. If you're as old as I am, you probably made the connection already. Frasier was an American sitcom in the 90s, set in Seattle, the same place Second Son is set. And Frasier's last name? Crane. So this is a Frasier crane. Brilliant. Speaking of Seattle, Infamous Second Son does a great job of referencing the landmarks you'd expect. You know, like the big ass Space Needle. But there are references to the city which don't stand out to everyone. I won't cover everything, but here's my favourites. A local landmark called the Gum Wall is replicated in Second Son. So it's not a mind-blowing architectural accomplishment, it's simply an alley covered in used chewing gum. Gross but brilliant at the same time. Sadly, the real gum wall in Seattle was removed in 2015, but the local populace went straight back to work and began to build up the wall yet again. If you want to find this monument in the game, make your way over to the Market District and keep chewing, Seattle. Other pieces of Seattle recreated are the Squatch Java billboards, which are based on Seattle's Bigfoot Java. The local football team are here too, referenced with the Seahawk posters. I'm sure you were taken back when you saw the tow truck over in the Pioneer District. Gotta love those puns. This is a real vehicle in Seattle, Lincoln's tow truck. One day I will break down in Seattle and be towed by that beast. Have you heard of Phoenix Jones? Well, he may look like he enjoys S&M, but in fact he's a real-life superhero operating in and around Seattle. You really have to Google this gent, he's an absolute legend.
But do they like you?
The police in Seattle like us now. They didn't like us when we started, but they like us now.
In Infamous Second Son, Phoenix posters can be spotted everywhere, paying homage to the real-life crime fighter. Let's keep going. The pure canned soda machines throughout the city are in reference to Jones Soda, a brand created, you've guessed it, in Seattle. Another pun comes in the shape of a Pho Noodles restaurant, which uses the word faux to make an hilarious infamous pun. Lovely. Another company given a place in Second Son is the Elephant Car Wash Company, recreated almost perfectly, as too is the Crocodile, a music venue. There's even a jacket to unlock featuring the Croc after you complete the Paramount District on your map. Even the end credits are a nod to Seattle's impact on the world, with a cover of Nirvana's heart-shaped box. And just in case you didn't know, they were formed in Seattle. A few more brands are here to be name-checked, with a few letters missing of course. Go over to the Rainier District and look at the screens advertising the Heaven's Hellblade video game. The review quotes are from Brotaku, a parody of Kotaku, and Game Informer are here too under the name Game Advisor. Subtle but clever. Lamborghini and Filch are a front for fashion house Abercrombie and Fitch, and I'm sure you've noticed the similarities with the dozens of coffee shops around the city which are based on Starbucks. Arguably, there's a few Xbox references in Infamous Second Son. The first is a jacket unlocked after completing the Uptown District. It's a simple skull and crossbone design, but it's referenced as Xbone. That must be a coincidence, right? It can't be anything to do with the Xbox One. I'm not sure. The second potential Xbox Easter egg is on the Buxton building, over near Deeney Park. Again, I'm uncertain if this has any reference to Xbox, but the colour scheme, the shapes used, and even that weird trail thing off the Xbox logo is here. I'm not sure if this is a legit Easter egg. What do you think? Okay, we've almost made it to the end, let's power through. Over to the park where we saw the Sly Cooper images is a castle called Dracott. This was created by a dev putting his own name in the game. He's called Alex Dracott, by the way. The developing studio Suker Punch has a few subtle name drops in Second Son too. A few drawings in the Longhouse have their logo, and at the bottom of the giant screens in the Rainier District also bear their logo. Oh, I almost forgot, the final yellow billboards which represent the end of the district have a phone number attached, 1844-HELP-DUP. Well, if you decide to call that number, you will receive a pre-recorded message from the leader of the DUP, Augustine.
Please stay on the line for an important message from our director, Brooke Augustine.
Bioterrorists. What do you think when you hear that word? Cold McGrath? The beast? Fear? Oppression? I'm here to tell you that Cole and all the other bioterrorists were once ordinary people, just like you. They didn't know that lurking within them was a sickness, a gene that would transform them into something violent and terrible, a gene that could be inside you. Bioterrorism can be stopped, but it has to start with you. Do your part for a brighter, safer world.
Brought to you by the Department of Unified Protection, here to help.
I said earlier that there were more Sly Cooper and infamous Easter eggs. Well, here they are. During the first mission to get to Seattle, a removal truck is in the tunnel referencing both Cole McGrath and Sly Cooper's surnames. The slogan is "We take your stuff and put it somewhere else," perfectly summing up the duo. This could also be a reference to the McCooper clan, again from the Sly series. In Paramount, there are some sort of solicitors once again teaming up Cooper and McGrath. A few final things: there's a hidden poster of Infamous on the wall inside many buildings. Oh, and the Panda King petrol station, or gas station if you prefer, is a name check to the character in the Sly Cooper series. So there you go, what have I missed? 40 Easter eggs, references, and just cool little pieces of info. There are so many more nods and references to Seattle, but I don't know the city well enough to notice them. So if you do, please help us out. Let us find more Easter eggs together. I'm Adam from PlayStation Grenade. It's been a pleasure. I'll see you next time.